Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name's Don Shade. What I'd like to cover with you in this episode is I want you to start becoming a good finder from this day forward. And no, that doesn't mean that you're going to look at the world through rose-colored glasses. What that means is this. Let me just step back here and give you an example of something I want you to think about. How many of you have that person you work with, or maybe a family member, that every time you ask them how they're doing, they tell you all the bad stuff in their life? How they have a sick cat and their parakeet has a hangnail and all this. And oftentimes when you hear them talk, you think, man, I wonder how one person can survive with all that bad stuff in their life. Well, did you ever notice how you kind of avoid that person after a while? When I see them coming, I tend to go the other way just because I don't want to hear all that garbage. Now, everybody has a bad day from time to time, and I understand all that. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Are you that person with yourself? You're the only person that talks to yourself all day long. And what happens over time is this. You start being negative with yourself. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. This would work for me, except for this. Or the reason I can't build a big business is I'm not good at dealing with people. Whatever the excuse is. But it's your own personal limitation. The reason I said about becoming a good finder, I want you to really pay attention to the stuff you say to yourself on a daily basis. And this is something that I struggle with every day. It's a constant growing process. But I've gotten a lot better at it over the last few years. I don't talk negative to myself. I don't focus on why I can't do something. And that's the point I want you to be at, and that's why the title of this episode is to be a good finder. Because I want you to start with you. You can't control what the rest of the world does, but you can control the thoughts that you have in your own mind. And it makes a big difference in your level of success. It's just something I want you to make a conscious effort of moving forward, because if we're going to create you an income that it is $1 million a year, we're going to have to make some changes. And those changes will start with you. That's everything I have. I'll see you on the next episode of The Money Wheel.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.